What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my cave here. We are taking a look at some pretty cool stuff today. How about this nice little video I captured of Comet Atlas before it broke apart? This was about 2.5 to 3 hours worth of exposures. You can see it moving there in the middle of the screen. Here's a shot of the Horsehead Nebula I got. And there's the actual comet itself, a couple stacked still frames. And there is M51, the Whirlpool Galaxy. So if you've never taken that favorite quad of yours or whatever and just pulled the GoPro off of it and fly it around and see just how much more nimble and quick and fun and exciting it is, you should. So what we have here on the bench is what I like to call my basher quad. This is a Betaflight basher quad. It used to be my Betaflight version of my cinema freestyle type of rig and everything like that. And then I started flying these toothpick guys a lot. And I realized that these flew way more enjoyable than these. And I just had a ton of fun and I could do a lot more things and build up some stick confidence more than I could. That one big build I have with the Flight 1 and everything like that, you know, that thing weighs almost 680 grams. So that is like way too heavy for fun GoPro type of freestyle. Now, I do have some stuff on the way because I do want to build a true Betaflight freestyle rig with some updated parts and stuff. The Betaflight guys have a lot of stuff going on with 4.2 that is getting ready to come out. It's fantastic. Good work by all those guys. It's really good to see that they all are just pushing forward the envelope. So the whole point of this quad here is to try to make it fly like this. Now, of course, 5-inch, 3-inch, it's never going to be apples to apples. But the amount of fun that you can have is. So I pulled the GoPro off of it. You can see I've been playing around with some of these 4-play props. And it's got a lot of light components on it. I think all up with this 1000 milliamp. Well, this is a 1250. But I've got a few different 6S batteries. We're at 542 grams on the scale. Now, I know a lot of you are Kebab followers, and I am as well, and he always touts building the lightest builds that you can in order to get more fun out of it. Unfortunately, that takes a lot of money or some ingenuity using like 20 by 20 parts, nano cams, and different things like that. But it all starts with the frame. I've been a huge advocate of the Source 1 frames. You can see I always modify mine by doing things like using shorter standoffs, getting rid of the camera plates, using some faux titanium hardware to try to make things as light as possible, but I still can never get them down to the weight that I want to. I'm always starting with like a 40-gram handicap because of the frame. So we got new frame coming and we're going to be trying out some other stuff. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the video on this Betaflight basher quad. I'm not 100% sure like what the calculated weight power ratio should be when it comes to one of these quads. All I can say is that these days, a 5S battery of the equivalent size weighs the same amount or within a couple grams of a 6S, so 5S, 6S battery. So you might as well just go ahead and stick with your 6S and buy 6S motors. These are like old DYS Samgooks, which are fine. We're not going for studio quality video here. That's not what I am about. I'm about trying to have some fun and getting back into the Betaflight stuff, tinkering a little bit. So I have been flying this rig a lot the past couple days, and I have just been enjoying it thoroughly. This actually is my first flight after I just threw in a RUNCAM Phoenix Nano 2 that came today, and that's why the image looks so much better than your typical FPV cam. I did a video on that. I'll put that up in the corner right now. You can take a look at it. But this is really fun. I been playing around with my rates and PIDs and all that kind of stuff a little bit just to kind of make it feel and fly the way I want it to. I don't really hear anything crazy going on, even though these props, especially these 4-plays, are super loud. Even with 4 blades, they just sound so much loud. I think it's because I'm so used to the 3-inch and just how quiet it is. But you can see, just having a ton of fun, guys. What are you guys flying right now? Let me know in the comments below. Like to see what everybody is up to. Been a really big shortage of content. I'm not sure if it's because people just can't get out and fly because they're under lockdown or what, but I do know that flying has definitely made my life a lot better with all the stressful hours in the hospital and everything that we've been doing. You know, not stressful when it comes to overloaded with disease and all that bad stuff, but just a lot of the extra work and just seeing the stress that people are under in general. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to be doing some cool stuff with Betaflight coming up. I have a Hyperlow RS Plus coming, which is kind of like their racing freestyle hybrid type of frame. The Plus is a little bit different. It's newer. Really want something that would save me some weight and save a little bit of money. At $70, it's not that bad of a price. It comes with a GoPro session mount, it comes with a regular GoPro mount, so it comes with all the parts and everything you need, versus spending $50 or $60 on something else and then having to buy the mounts on top of it, or spending crazy money on like an Impulse RC Apex, which I really wanted to do, but it just does not fit the bill. You really got to pay money to get that steel edition, to get the aluminum hardware and all that kind of stuff. And then I don't run KISS, and I don't plan or intend to anytime soon. Maybe, but man, look at the beautiful video that that RUNCAM Nano Phoenix 2 gives you. That and the VAS Minion Pro antennas with 2.5 dB gain perform super well, and my favorite VTX, the 400 milliwatt Race V2 by TBS. It gives me, it's really wonky how it wires up and sets up, but you know, it just, you can make it, just it's so small, it fits into things very well. We'll see how it fits into the Hyperlow whenever it gets here. So anyway, guys, trying to get this thing flying like a 3-inch, and it feels pretty close to it. I've got my throttle curve and scale about right, I believe, so it feels pretty good. I can control it fairly well. Tango 2, still, like I said in the video before this, I am still trying to get used to that thing. Trying to undo 6 or 7 years of flying with the Tyrannus has been very, very difficult. So things like throttle curves and expo, and in Betaflight, the nice throttle scaling, which I like in Betaflight, that I can either scale the throttle or chop it. In Flight 1, you can't do that. We'll talk more about the good stuff in Betaflight coming down the road. So if you guys aren't lucky enough to have a little 3-inch to fly around and you have a 5-inch, why don't you just go ahead and take that GoPro mount off and see how much fun you can have flying around the yard. We'll talk to you later.